Welcome to Game Nights with JR. I'm JR, and I'm here to tell you about the feature games for February. If you were with us last year, you know that in February I liked to do something I called speed gaming. It's sort of a riff on speed dating, where instead of looking for a love connection, you're just trying to make some new friends, which is what we're all about here at Game Nights with JR. And so this month, all of our feature games are shorter games that you can play within about 20 or 30 minutes. So the idea is you show up, you dive right into a game, you play, and then you maybe mix it up. Maybe go play a game with some other folks, and by the end of the night, you've played a game with probably a dozen new potential friends and found some new games that you maybe know you like or definitely don't like and don't want to try again. So I'm excited for this month. We had a blast last February with this, and we've got some new games plus the return of some old favorites. So without any further ado, let's dive into this month's feature games. First up are the new Cascadia roll and write games. Now, Cascadia has been around for a while. It's a beautiful game. It's won lots of awards for its art and for its sort of cozy national park theme. And they put out these two new roll and write games. This one's Rolling Hills and this one's Rolling Rivers. And they are the exact same game, just with some different art and some different scoring styles. So they're both going to be at the table. We may alternate which one is which, but the idea is you learn one, you know how to play them all. And the only real difference is which scoring sheet you're using, which is basically like which national park you're trying to fill with adorable critters. So this one's a lot of fun. As a roll and write game goes, it's pretty easy to learn. And there's a couple of fun mechanics that make it feel fresh enough that you'll enjoy playing it for a few minutes while you make some new friends. So yeah, you'll have to let me know whether you prefer the foxes or the bears. But again, basically identical games. I'm not totally sure why they didn't just come in one box. But anyway, here they are. Every now and again, you get a new game that looks like it's going to be something very familiar, and then you get into the gameplay and you realize this is quite different from anything you've played before, and Cat Between Us is one of those types of games. We are all essentially sitting in a living room together and all trying to tempt a single cat to come and play with us. And unlike in real life, where the best way to get a cat to pay attention to you is to ignore it and show disdain, in this one, you're trying to get various toys to have a certain amount of weight, and you do that by playing number cards that add a certain amount of value to the toys. Now the fun part is at the beginning of the round, the cat is given a sort of, like, we might call it like a attention threshold that could be very high, like up to like 30, or it could be very low, like 4. And this is sort of a Price is Right rules type game. Like when the round is over and when you're tallying your score on all of the toys, you actually want your personal score to be as close to the attention threshold as possible without going over. So I guess in that case, it is sort of like real life, where if the cat's attention is very low, you just sort of want to like shake the little mouse on the string at it once and get it to come over and see you, versus the ones where you may have to, I don't know, get the catnip way up there. Anyway, all of that to say, really fun game, easy to pick up, but the mechanics are different enough that you'll go, I've played this before. Wait a second. No, I haven't. This is really interesting and different. So I think you'll really dig Cat Between Us. It's a weird, fun little game that, again, is pretty unique, especially for something that comes in such a small box and plays so quickly. Next up is another new game we picked up at Board Game Geek Con. This is from a Dallas designer, and it is called Mystic Potions. In Mystic Potions, you are all witches trying to brew potions, and you're saying, wait a second, is this Quacks of Quedlinburg? No, it's actually way simpler than Quacks of Quedlinburg. This is basically a tic-tac-toe type game, but you're all drawing from a common pot. And so if I am, for instance, leaving like a red potion out there, that might be good for you. So I might have to take something that I don't necessarily need for my personal board, but just because it's really good for you. And so again, it plays very quickly. You can play it again and again, or you can try it a couple times and move on. But yeah, it's a really fun, short little game that doesn't tickle your brain too hard, leaves plenty of time for conversation or, good old-fashioned trash talk. Next up is Machi Koro. This is one that was requested by our patron Guhei, and so you know I love to listen to our patrons. So Machi Koro is a game of essentially engine building, and you're earning money based on the sort of buildings you have in your city when you roll dice. So every building has a number, and if the building's number comes up when you or an opponent roll the dice, you get to collect various resources, or you get to activate abilities that can even involve stealing from your neighbor, right? And then there are 4 landmark cards that you're trying to get built. So you're just trying to be the first person to have enough resources to build all 4 of those landmark cards by the end of a turn. And it's one of those games that's interesting because you can either go in very hard on a couple of numbers and hope that those numbers come up a lot, or you can try to, maximize the number of cards you have so that every time the die is rolled, you're getting some kind of reward. And, a lot of it comes down to how those dice are rolling and how they're being kind to you. So again, a cute, short little game. It's been around for a while. This is actually the 5th edition, or fifth anniversary edition. 5th edition doesn't even make sense, right? So 5th anniversary edition, it does have some expansions and stuff in there, but we're going to start with the base game at our game nights with JR in February and see how that goes. And of course, if you can't get enough Machi Koro, there's nothing to stop you from expanding out. Next up is Dulce. This is Dulce. This is another cozy little engine builder where you are coffee farming and chicken farming and vanilla bean farming, and basically you're trying to gather enough raw ingredients to run your little cafe that you control in the town so that you can complete recipes to give to patrons to earn points. This is a lot of card drafting, and then you're also working on playing these cards around your board and trying to maximize ingredients. So there's a little bit of a puzzly aspect to it. There's not a lot of player interaction in this one, so those of you who are looking for more player interaction will not like this one as much. This one is more of a sort of a puzzly one. Can you solve this one before your friends do? And it has some really clever mechanics that sort of keep you all playing on similar boards. So your choices end up mattering a whole lot, even though you're not directly targeting your neighbors. So yeah, Dulce's fun. Again, it plays pretty quick. That's why it's in February, and you'll have to let us know what you think of it. Every month, one of our feature games is chosen exclusively by our patrons. So it's a way of saying thank you. And hey, our patrons know what good games are too, right? So this is this month's player's choice game. It is called Ninja Sloths. And in this game, you play as a sloth who has trained as a ninja, and you are trying to collect the most gems before your neighbors do. This is mainly by completing boss battles. So it's a neat little set collector game. It's very, very simple. The main reason you're playing this game is for the adorable art. It's not particularly difficult or challenging. It very much is one where you're playing against your neighbors. And I have to think that the main reason that our patrons voted for this one is that this is a game I kickstarted, and I put our very own Amanda Forasteros on the card. I don't know if you can see it there. There she is. She is one of the bosses you can try to take down. And yeah, people have loved taking her on in her full roller derby getup. So I have a feeling that's why this one won. Full disclosure, it was not the one I would have voted for, but that's the point of the player's choice, right? It's what the patrons want, not what I want. So yeah, you'll have to come play Ninja Sloths and see if you can best roller derby Amanda, aka Mother Terrorista, as you play this game. It's a lot safer, frankly, than getting suited up in pads and trying to take her out on the skating rink. And last but not least, we could not let it go without having a party game at Game Nights with JR. And so, of course, since it's February and love is in the air, we had to bring back Love Struck. We debuted this one last February, and it has been a staple at our game nights ever since. Love Struck is a social deduction game that is based on Love Island, which is a trashy dating reality TV show. And in this, you are either there for the right reasons, aka to find love, or you're there for the wrong reasons, aka to become famous. And of course, you do that by causing drama. So there are love cards and there are drama cards, and everyone takes turn as the main character, choosing who's going to go on dates or who you're going to couple up with and all of that. You win the game by being in a couple with someone who's there for the right reasons at the end of the game. So yeah, that means even if you're there for the wrong reasons to cause drama, you want to be in a couple with someone who's there for the right reasons. And it also means if you're there for the right reasons, you can never be totally sure that your partner is truly here because they have found a love connection with you, or or because they're secretly going to cause all kinds of drama as soon as the show is over and leave you heartbroken. Now, what I think is the most genius about this game is that it comes with these persona cards that everyone gets. So they're the classic tropes you find on all of these, like the personal trainer, or the person who has a kid, or the person who's over 30, or the foreigner. And these let you create a little bit of distance between the character you're playing in Lovestruck and the person you are in real life. Because let's face it, it can be a little bit awkward to talk about coupling up with someone you just met across the table who may or may not even be a creeper, right? So this is a way to create some, I'm just kidding, there's no creepers at Game Nights with JR. We make sure of that. But it is still awkward, right? And so this is a way of keeping that out of the game, because now all of a sudden it's not you who's coupling up, it's Cloud the Frenchman who's here to find love, or it's Tony the personal trainer who knows that the heart is the biggest muscle, bro, right? Like that. And so it ends up being a really fun, really silly game. It always creates tons of laughs, and I'll be honest, sometimes, yeah, some lingering sense of betrayal if the person that you thought was here for love was actually just here to take advantage of you to become famous. Either way, you're going to want to play this at Game Nights with JR if you haven't yet. Okay, there you have it. Those are the feature games that will be out on the table, set up and ready to play when you walk into the Game Nights with JR in February. I'll be on hand to teach all of those games, and of course we'll have plenty of other games as well if none of those tickle your fancy, though come on, those are some great games. We have some new venues this month, and we also have another Meet Your Maker event coming up, which we're really excited about, where you get to meet the designer of a game, hear all about how the game was created, and of course play that game. So we're really excited for that as well. You can find all of the events in the description to this video or at our website, GameNightsJR.com. And we would love for you to join our meetup and, of course, join our Patreon, because patrons have the most fun. If you're not a patron yet, we would love for you to join us. We have all kinds of cool stuff coming up just for our patrons. And I want to say a special thank you to our patrons at the end of this video for making Game Nights with JR possible. We literally could not afford to do this without you. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Look forward to seeing you at these game nights in February. Until then, take care of yourselves out there. See you soon.